Hi, Jennifer Huber here, and I'm doing my Safe School Audit presentation. I currently work at Smith Hale Middle School, and that's for the Hickman Mills School District. I'm going to go ahead and start by, here's a picture of the front of our building, and there's some kids. They're just getting off the bus, getting ready to go to school. Starting off with some details about our school district, we're located in Jackson County, Missouri. The population where we're at is about 49,396 people. We are currently provisionally accredited. We've lost our full accreditation because of low scores, among other things, on the Missouri Assessment Program test. The information I found from DESE had our total enrollment for the district at 6,131 kids as per 2012. We have a pretty high free and reduced lunch rate. That's at 84.2%, and I compared that to the state average at 49.5%. So you can see that we have kind of a, definitely a higher rate of kids on free and reduced lunch. Our male to female ratio in the school is 46%, almost 47% male, and then 53% female. We have a high percentage of African American students in our building. At Hickman Mills, we have 77.6% black, whereas Missouri average is 16.8% black. Hispanic in Hickman Mills, 7.9%, whereas it doesn't even register on the DESE site for what the Missouri average for Hispanic student enrollment is. In our school, it's 11.5% white students, whereas the Missouri average is 74.2% white. So we have a little bit different demographic than I'd say most schools do. Certified staff, the information that I found for our district is we have about 579 certified staff working for Hickman Mills, 94 of them at Smith Hale, that's my school. Support staff, I was kind of weird on this number because it's weird that we'd have more support staff than we do certified, but the number I found was 697. Average teacher salary for Hickman Mills is $44,791, which is less than the Missouri average teacher salary, $46,739. So we're paid a little bit less on average than regular teachers in other school districts are. Average years of experience for Smith Hale, or for Hickman Mills, is 10 years, and then on average for Missouri is 12.4. And then also we have a lower percentage average of teachers with master's degree or higher than the Missouri average, and you can see the numbers on the screen there. Keeping on with the keeping on, audit findings. As I went through the school with the audit form, I found a few things that were major areas of concern, in my opinion. First of all, and this is something that the district's been working on for a long time, is some sinking foundation issues. We have some classrooms that have floors that aren't flat, that, like, if you put a ball on the floor in those classrooms, the ball will roll to the other side of the classroom. Doors that don't fit completely into frames, and I'll show you a picture of in a moment where you can see the floor kind of coming away from the wall on the side of the building in the art room. Also, we have some major roof leaks. When it rains, we've got trash cans and buckets all over the building, and sometimes that water will come in and fill in the light fixtures in certain places, which obviously that can't be safe. I'm going to just go through some of these pictures with you. You can see this is the ceiling, and I took this in the one of the back hallways of the building. You can see some of the ceiling tiles are miscolored there, and then they just went ahead and took one out there because I guess it was so damaged. And of course that leads to, if we have moldy ceiling tiles, is that leading to some bad indoor air quality? Here's the next picture. You can see here that this wall isn't flush with this wall, and that has to do with our foundation issues. And then you can see this miscolored water damaged ceiling tile there, and that's in the 7th grade girls bathroom. more ceiling tile issues from rain and water damage. This one, you kind of got to look. This is the floor panel that goes along the bottom of a floor, but you can see there's a 2-inch gap between where that was when that was put there and then where the existing floor is actually now. This is in the art room now. They did go in and do some mud jacking, so hopefully that'll prevent more of that from happening, but you know, of course, we'll have to wait and see on that. As far as areas of concern, the one I was really concerned with that had to do with the 4 horsemen was possible mold growth, particularly in the ceiling tiles. We don't have that much carpet in the building anymore. They've ripped up most of that out. But if we have mold growing, of course, that could, you know, give some of our students that have asthma and lung issues problems already. And then, of course, teachers that have worked there in the building for years reporting issues of, you know, sickness. That's never any good. Another area of concern, the principal had brought up to me last week that, and I had no idea about this, but she said that we have a crawl space under the building 4 feet in depth, which concerns me because if we're losing, you know, if our foundation is settling, could that possibly, you know, if we have this 4-foot crawl space, could that lead to some sort of like a sinkhole or something where somebody could possibly get hurt? I'm not really sure. Persons responsible for damage control or, you know, taking care of our building, first of all, would be teachers to report issues and report it to the proper person to get fixed. Administration, that'd be our principal, Dr. Woods. We also have a building custodial staff who our head custodian is Mr. Lewis. We have buildings and grounds staff, different departments for that, and then of course our upper administration, that's the superintendent staff. Inadequate funding. We've had several big changes in our district within the last few years as far as administration and upper admin, and so I'm not really sure if we have, and I couldn't really even get a straight answer when I asked about if we have like a really nice strategic plan for taking care of repairs. I know that in the book that we read for the class, it talked about how we have to, you know, come up with a really good goal in mind for how we're going to make these repairs and plan for future repairs or replacement parts for like the air conditioning system when it breaks, because we can't just keep putting band-aids on it because clearly then it doesn't work. Inadequate staff training. I think in the past, and I think not just because I think, but because I've talked to people that work in the custodial department, we've had some good old boy network friends and families hired in the past, not having really good job training for our maintenance staff. I think that the cost of training would be less than the cost of repairs to systems that we have that are broken. The approval path, not really sure about that. Our district is kind of in flux right now because we just got a brand new superintendent who's hiring brand new everybody for all different positions within the district. So it's actually really hard to get answers on a lot of things in the district presently. Public opinion, we do have a lack of parent and community involvement, but we kind of work in a district where that's sometimes we don't, we have a lot of crime in our district, and so we don't really always have a good experience when we have a lot of community involvement in the school. We do have a new public relations person named Ebony Walker, and theoretically her job would be to help kind of, you know, bring people in. And then of course I was mentioning earlier about our new superintendent, Dr. Carpenter, and I think he's doing a good job. It's a big job coming in to a struggling district in a poor neighborhood and trying to fix all the things that we've had wrong for a long time. So, I mean, clearly I work there, so I want things to go for the best, but we'll see. ISLIC standards. The standards that I thought fit best with this presentation were Standard 3 and Standard 4. Standard 3, because a good educational leader is going to ensure the management of the resources for a safe, efficient, and effective learning environment. And of course, that has to be safe. We can't have bad indoor air quality, and we can't have, sinkholes providing a definitive danger to our students. Also, Standard 4, an educational leader promotes the success of all students by collaborating with faculty and community members, responding to the diverse community interested needs, and mobilizing community resources. So if we do need additional, monies and funds, then we may need to have a bond issue. I'm just really not that sure at this point, but we'll have to see. Anyway, that's it for my presentation. Thank you so much for listening, and have a great day.